Look at the numbers for retiring in a major Western city like Sydney, and the math gets grim very quickly. Even the conservative plan, selling the family home and downsizing to a modest apartment, can easily cost upward of $1 million before you've bought a single bag of groceries. Compare that to the spreadsheet for a place like Bali. You can find equivalent housing for a quarter of the price. High-speed internet is $4 a week. A fresh plate of local food costs $1.50. The financial math works. But reducing an international move to a simple arbitrage of living costs is the exact reason so many of these relocations fail. Many arrivals fall straight into what we can call the holiday trap. They pack their bags expecting a permanent vacation where the only daily goal is doing absolutely nothing on a beach. Most expats who leave prematurely do so because they ran out of social capital and purpose long before they ran out of money. This is the true expat balance sheet. It compares traditional financial wealth needed in a Western country against the social capital required abroad. Notice how the financial requirements drop, but the emotional and social effort required heavily outweighs those savings. Thriving abroad requires a complete rewrite of your daily ledger. You stop spending cash and you start spending energy. The most common rookie mistake is buying a massive multi-million-dollar tropical villa, usually justified by the idea of hosting all your friends from back home. In reality, those friends rarely show up. When they do, you quickly turn into an unpaid hotel manager, burning through your own budget to subsidize someone else's holiday. A sustainable setup means aggressively downsizing to a 2-bedroom apartment that actually fits your daily routine. If guests arrive, you can always rent them a separate Airbnb for a week. You also have to budget for rigorous due diligence. You must hire lawyers to verify land zoning so your house isn't bulldozed, and inspectors to ensure your living room won't be under a meter of water during the wet season. Success here means abandoning the ego of a sprawling estate and heavily investing in local legal and environmental research up front. The single highest anxiety item on any expat's list is healthcare. It is the fear of facing a medical emergency far from home. But areas like Sanur have been specifically designated by the Indonesian government as medical tourism zones, complete with the newly established world-class Bali International Hospital. This chart compares average out-of-pocket medical costs back home with Bali. A standard GP visit at an international clinic costs about $29. Even a late-night home visit from a doctor, nurse, and a mini ambulance totals just a couple $100s. Securing international quality care at local rates permanently wipes out the heaviest risk factor on the board. Once the logistics are settled, you face the most invisible toll on the ledger, the psychological weight of isolation. There is a brutal, foundational rule to expat integration. No one is going to knock on your villa door to make your life for you. Back home, you might work 5 days a week. When you retire abroad, you have to work 7 days a week, actively putting yourself out there to build a routine. Paying this tax means saying yes to every invitation. It means joining local dining clubs, organizing meetups like Wet Wednesdays for happy hour, and taking the time to learn Bahasa Indonesia. Without a built-in network, isolation will quickly drain your reserves. Community is the single highest premium you have to pay in daily effort. Managing your social ledger provides a different kind of financial leverage.
Frugality in Bali looks like a specific trade-off, skipping high-tax imports like cheese to enjoy a $1.50 nasi goreng. Stacking these small, daily choices creates a massive reservoir of liquid savings over the course of a year, and that brings us to the ultimate payoff. Because you aren't pouring money into $1 million mortgage, you can redeploy those funds into luxury travel. That means trading a 15-hour economy flight for a lie-flat business class seat on your way to Amsterdam. It means taking that saved capital and spending it on a river cruise all the way down to Budapest. Balancing the local ledger provides the financial firepower for total global mobility. A successful relocation requires a major shift in perspective. You cannot treat your retirement as a 20-year holiday. The ideal outcome is an intentional, highly active, and deeply integrated daily existence. You are walking along the coastline every morning, playing sports, and continuously engaging with a new community. Sustaining a life in Bali requires surrendering the temporary vacation mindset to build a new existence from the ground up. That is the real price of entry.